How do I see it? Anyways, I can't see it, so I'm going to share with you. Just give me one more minute to start this. Just give me one more minute. What was I just need to find. I was doing something. Okay, it's over here. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah. I feel a little silly not going live on both channels, but so where were we? For those of you, let me continue on. I use the alphabet. A1, Z26. Yes, we can turn it around. I can go Z1, A26. I sometimes get a little bit of confusion when they finish the alphabet. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, and sometimes Y. Why would they say, are they going sometimes X, Y, Z, Y? And the reason for that is because what happens with the 26, okay? And I really want to cry when I say this because I don't know. I know the 27th area in Rubik's Cube is the controller. I know the 27th in Rubik's Cube is the controller. I know. And I know you know. Whatever I do in here, you can find it somewhere. It's somewhere. The Bible was written. I don't care what it says in it. It was written just to know it's a book and it was written. I got two words, book and written. It's a word, and every word is a letter, and every letter is a position, a numeric position in the alphabet in different realms, in Hebrew and wherever it is in the world. I don't care what it is. I'm using the one where I was born into, what my body is used to, the elements, the 5 elements of the 5 haptitudes that I'm going to use for this part of the world. You know, if you lived on that part of the world in England, and I called you a unt, not to bunt, not the B, but the C letter in unt, you would be offended. You know, there's words we use on this side, and it's split up into 3 for the 3 oceans. So I learn everything as a child. I know nothing. I don't want to know what you know. Don't tell me what you know. Let me listen and decide on my own how I use what you tell me. How I understand what you tell me, on what level I put it, what criteria I put that into. And the 5 elements again. So how should I chop things up? Should I be chopping things up into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? And if I took 1, I can put it in the center. I can look up, I can look down, I can look in, I can look in all the directions. I can look in 8 directions. I can look all the way around in 8 directions. At the same time, I can look out this way, this way, this way, encapsulate in the area space 15 degrees, 15 degrees, no, 22.5 degrees. What is telling me when I draw a line this way, I'm looking at the 45-degree marker, and I'm looking 22 degrees on each side of that. That's my vision. Where did I find this? I don't know, 360 degrees. I found it in a circle. The circle is, well, what's the size of the circle? So now we start getting into more dimensions. So also to note that this shows me 9, and it shows me the position in the center over here, showing me 8 around it. So I take it out and I hold it up against this, which looks like 4 windows, but in reality, it's 9 dots. It's 9 dots, and it's 4 windows. Isn't that ironic? What do we do now? Isn't it crazy that it's 3 in verse 4, where 5 in verse 6, where 5 in verse 6? Somebody come and tell me why. Please, somebody participate. I've been going over the same thing over and over and over for 20 years, not just since I reached this level of understanding that I'm just sharing with you what I believe, I think I know is the truth, because it keeps working out all the time. It's a never miss. 6 and 3 equals 9 all the time. Unless you bring in a new equation and you want to play a story with me, I'm a child of the Creator. I want to know from creation, from the basis of creation. You see this? We got 3 wheels. One wheel intercepted the other wheel, just like these cubes, right? You ever see this? Do you know what happens? Do you know what happens? I'm going to say this is a 2 cube. Actually, this is a 4. But if I make it a 2 cube, it'll be an 8. Okay? It'll be an 8. They'll all have 3 corners. It'll be 8 by 3, 24 for the 24 hours a day that we live. And it's always 3 in the corner, but there's no separation in between. There's no separation in between. I'm going to show you what I mean. If I take this 1 cube and put it in between there, how many cubes will I then have? If I put it in here, how many cubes will I have? If I separate this and put it in between, how many will I have? Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do this the simple way this time, so I can keep control of my vision. Right? What happened here? Well, I'm looking up. I got to be looking down, right? Hold on a second. Yeah. So this is what happens. Let me see. So what happens is I first had this, right? And then I want to put this in between. So what I do is, this is what in between is. So I end up, right? I end up with what? I end up with 4 areas, and I get 5 places. So I got a total of 9. If I set it up this way, right, and I move that 1 area from the center, it would look like 6. But on the cube, this one, right, like that, on the cube, where's the cube? Hold on a second. On the cube, you can see that the 3 has a 1 dot in the center, right? You can see the 1 dot to the center. That belongs right there, right? Now, because it's in the center, it can penetrate right through over there. And this is what's going to go down on an angle and reach. 1 is going to reach 6, so for the touchdown and the extra point. And this is your only 7 that you're going to see. In this scenario, right, this is going to show you the letter H. Value that number, actually. Value that number, okay? That's going to show you the H. Value that at 8. If I turned it this way, right, it's going to show you the I. You value that at 9. So when you have a dice cube sitting on the table this way, you're going to be seeing, okay, the I letter. Now, the I also sets its wing on Z26, to where the H will set its wings on like this. I'm going to show you if I do this properly. Where you draw the line down over in this way. Sorry, let me fix this up. Where you go from here over to here. Sorry, when you go from here over to here, down to here, and up here. 3, 3, right? To create the N, okay, this is your run. You go up here, your N and your Z are the same letter, right, as what is your H and your I. Whoop, I just, yeah. Your Z and your N is like your H and your I, where the H comes together with N14. And this is where your 22 shows up. And this is where your 35 shows up. Your 3.5, the heart of the cube, shows up on this one over here. 9 and 8 showing up, not 8 and 5. This is where the matrix comes in. This one's going to represent the IT system in the sun. This one over here. The Zen is 26, going to represent the dog, birth into the doghouse, into the house of bait, 26. Reverse of 26 is 51. Yeah, born into the house of Mars. So let me just stop this for a second and turn this around before they shut this down by not looking straight at the camera because they want me to talk into the camera. Just give me a second over here. Let me put this aside. Let me catch my breath. I seem to go a little too quick sometimes. Welcome into my painted house. Painted house. Whoa. You seen more of the painted house? How about the Pink Floyd? Hey, teachers, leave those kids alone. Look at the bricks on the wall. If you take a look at them, it's 8 and 9, 8 and 9, 5 and 2. It's a television set. It's the goalposts. It's the 3-point field goal. It's the 1-point convert. In order to create those in the alphabet, you're going to use the H and I, which is reflected when using the easier to control pen using the numbers 5 and 2. When you draw 5 next to a 2, you start creating the bricks. It'll create an H and an I. The H and the I is the 8th and the 9th letter in the alphabet. If you invert it, it becomes A and B, and your A-B creation into the heaven's birth. Then when you are created through C, you come through the gateway in C. Then you become the reflection of life, which is D4 equaling to 10J, or the DJ 14. There are 14 dots surrounding the 7 dots on the pole of the cube. We use 2 cubes inside the game. Sometimes I play a game with my own mind. Is that a whatever? And I think just because anything I feel is into a pain, because my mind was set that way, that when you get a pain, something's wrong. And I know I stop breathing a little bit when I'm soul searching, you know. And it's very exciting. It's very exciting because for 20 years I'm learning. I'm just learning, and I'm the happiest kid on the block if nobody knocks my block off. You know what I'm saying? Don't bother me. You know, I'm not bothering you. Why are you getting in my way? Who are you to know better to stop me from what I am doing and utter the words that you're crazy, you're cuckoo, you're this, and to disturb me by those words? What do you think you are, that I should have to waste my time and debate it? But it also shows you that by having this happen, that you continue to learn, and you must get through every element, every interruption, every stop sign. That when you say stop 8, it's also stop 5. So you're stopping in the heavens, but you're also stopping in the E-worlds. That's why when you hold up one sign, right, you hold up a sign, you bring with the other 5, you cross the people in the street. You're stopping. So here it is again. Here it is again. Okay. And remember, 5 and 3 is in the heavens. When you look at the deck of cards and you see the 5 and 3, to where we have 5 up and 3 down and 3 up and 5 down. You don't want to believe it's in the cards? Don't. You don't want to believe it's in the calculator? Don't. You don't want to believe that any letter in the alphabet has a number? Don't. You don't want to believe that every color has a number? Don't. You don't want to believe that the game of pool exists with numbers on the balls with colors on them? Don't. You don't want to believe that the dartboard exists with 20 numbers surrounding what is the green 25 and noted to be what is in professional sport darts is that the red is 50? Don't. Don't calculate that 1 through 20 equals to a total of 210. Don't. Don't count that when counting from 1 through 15 equals to 120. Don't. The 15 balls of pool in the 20 in darts. Don't count 1 through 20 in the doubles and darts equaling to 420, and don't count the triple darts that if you got every triple dart, you would add up to 630. Don't count the 1440 minutes in a day. Don't count the 360 degrees that the clock goes around 24 hours a day, that the seconds go around 360 degrees every time it makes 60 seconds on the clock, that every time it hits 30 seconds on the clock, it ran the R and R letter to create the 180 degrees that it turns around each time. Just don't believe anything. But if you want to believe that I'm holding a deck of cards, if you want to believe I'm holding a calculator, and you want to believe I'm holding a cube, and now I'm holding what you can see is a dice cube that you play a game. And if you want to believe in the numbers, and you want to believe that you have a telephone, that you can push button in the numbers, and you want to believe that the number, oh, you know what? I want to turn this, I don't like that for a second. Hold on a second. I'm just doing it this way. And you want to believe that it's 159, 404 away. And you want to believe 357, 202 away. And you want to believe 456, 101 away. What does that mean? Well, 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 4 is 9. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Here, I go all the way around 5 and into 9. Here I go straight on through. So there's mathematical relationships going on when you're traveling on this angle, when you're traveling on this angle, when you're traveling across this way, or you're traveling up this way. Also to note, if we run by dots and dashes, okay, I'm going to use this one over here. Oh my God. I'm going to have to do a new one. Just give me a second. Okay. So we're going to see if you can see this here. I'm not sure what you're seeing. I'm not sure if you're seeing it backwards or it's just me. Maybe the camera is the wrong way. Hold on a second. Let me see what you're seeing here. I'm going to see. I should be able to pick up my live myself, right? Can I pick up my live myself somewhere? TikTok studio, live, go live. Maybe it'll say I'm already live. Okay, no, I don't know. I don't know. Can somebody tell me if I'm backwards or not? Because I know my right hand here is now on that side. Well, it's on that side, but I see it on the opposite side. So anyways, wow, I don't know. Somebody tell me that I'm backwards or not. How can I do it up here? Hold on a second. Let me just see if I can pick up. I don't like to disturb myself. Just give me a second. It's going to tell me whether I'm straight. I want to see if I'm straight in here. For you, you obtained the flare. Okay, just give me a second in here. Profile. Am I live? Oh, it says I'm live. Let me take a look. Maybe please show me that I'm live. This is going to be insane. Okay, so now, yes. So now I can see where I am, although I'm delayed. I want to see where I am. Okay, so I'm going to show you this now. You see these dots over here, right? When you count the dots, sorry, we're going to do it here. When you count these dots and you run on this 45-degree angle, right? You run on this 45-degree angle, okay? Here you have 1 dot, here you have 2 dots, here you have 3 dots, here you have 4 dots. So we can see we're going by, right? We're going by single movement. Now the angle of this, right? I like to say is the queen's hat because she runs her hat that way, right? one this way, this way, this way, and this angle, or the other way, right? Here, we're going to run like the king and the queen. What we're going to do is first we're going to have one. We're going to go down one level and get larger. What I'm doing here is getting larger. Here I'm getting larger. So when I get larger here to each side fairly to the core, it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Here I move 2 beta. Here I move 1 alpha. Alpha is the half world. Also the sun ace world. The ace also, when you go to design the ace, I only need to do this with the ace, showing me that the ace we see, okay, standing straight in front of us, is an ace that can be done all the way around, right? You can't do a 180-degree ace, but as soon as you have your first bend, you can start creating your ace. How many dimensions of the split leg and the bar can you put inside, and what is going to happen? What will these dots tell you? And I'm going to show you a little bit of a story of what dots show. Then I'm going to come back to this and see where I'm going to jump into next, because it just doesn't stop. That black cube in Kaaba, okay, is not for nothing. It's absolutely telling a story that has been delivered to us right here. You want to make a prayer for something, right? If you want to make a prayer for something, okay, I'm not going to tell you anything, because if I start to tell you, you're going to say why and how come and this. I'm just going to show you, okay, the children of creation are actually the Lord in action. Living in the womb, you can only decide in what's in the womb. You have to think on your own, and over time, right, the mind, right, you don't want to have too many terabytes. This body can only hold so many terabytes. What it needs to hold is actually the right number that leads you to the next number, which is the tool shed. And I know that I didn't remember the hammer or the nails, but I didn't remember the keys or the ratchets, but I did remember the one tool shed. And when I walked into the tool shed, everything was there. So I didn't have to think anymore. I had to think of that one number to get into the tool shed, for the one key that unlocked the door, for me to know the job at hand will pick up the tool needed for that job. So each of the one elements reflect off of each other, and lo and behold, they called it a screwdriver. Lo and behold, they called it a hammer, and to forget some of the sayings, you put the nail in the coffin. To nail something down and nailed to the cross. All the time. Born into this world. To note that I use French and English in my work. And when you say the word nail in French, you say it as clou. Although the U is included in the word, you see CLU. The CLU is the third level for C, C3. L12 equals to 15. U21 equals to 36. Your 36 base creation of R and R, 6 times 3, 3 sixes. Also to note that L, 1 and 2 equals to 3. And 21U, 2 and 1 equals to 3, 3, 3, 3 in the 3 cubic house of Mars 2 cube, living and spinning in the E world, in the house of Earth, Earth's heart, time heaven, after creation ABC, bringing in the ABC 1, 2, 3, 10, right, into the reflection D10, ABC D10, ABC 6, bringing in your BCD 2, 3, 4, 9, which is your birth. Your 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, bringing your rotation of life and birth into this world, because the one yin yang, the spirit that comes within you, the connection within you, the 888 connection, the 3 times 8, and not the 4 times 6, where it's the 3 times 120 degrees to equal to 360 degrees, for it is the 1 and 2 of your creation, and not the 9 of your birth. In which why we run in 12s. Sections of 3 and 1 connect, and sections of 3 and 1 connect, and sections of 3 and 1 connect, and this is your first mass form triangular. Or you can turn it into a point. And that point, when you create it, will end up creating the like a cube hexagon of some sort. I can just see it in my mind. And when you do that, every time you put down the lines, in the Mayan call the lines number 5, that's going to represent your Earth. Mars is going to represent the dots. Mars is going to rent ape 22. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is the 8 heaven that we live in, the 3 cubic, the house of Bait, 3 times 3 times 3, where we only run 26 cubes of 27, where it is the 127th cube running the rest of the 26th cube. If the 27th cube, okay, says no, there is no, and it can only turn in its own realm. Understanding Rubik's Cube, on how Rubik's Cube works. Understanding that once you split this house up, it'll take, once you split this house up and put one in the center, you're going to have 4 empty spaces. When you split it up like this, you're going to have a total of 5 that join this. So if you have this on 3 levels, 4, 4, and 4, 12, and join it with 5, 5, 5, 15, you have a total of 27, where you have one core that runs everything in Rubik's Cube. It's 26 around 1, and it's 26 of these with 6 sides equaling to 156 sides, or 13 times 12 equals to a total of 156. 13 for the bar mitzvah, 12 for the bat mitzvah. Yes, the sun and the moon creation within the sun comes from bringing the number 14 and number 13 into the realm of life. Because once you hit bat mitzvah and bar mitzvah, you automatically go to bar mitzvah and sun system. The 13 and the 14 go together. The sun and the moon come together. I'm going to just show you one little design where the moving parts of the sun and the moon rotating around each other in one of my versions, right over here, where we have the arms moving out and in and it turning around. See, if I turn this on a spit, it's going to move it closer and further away. And this thing will be turning around, however. But to note, this is one-dimensional. I have to have multiple moons, okay? And I'm not sure how many suns there are, but there's a minimum of 3 suns in the primary zone. Now, Mars has 2 moons, but Mars doesn't work alone. Remember that the 4th planet, number 4, right? Number 4, unlike what is 1, right? Which has nothing on the outside. See, you're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 7, 9. On this one, right? See what you're missing inside of here? 2 and 7, 4 and 5, right? Right? This is no artwork. This is just what I read off of the roulette table. It's the same thing that comes off the floor. Or binary code. Here's binary code. Or when they took the Canadian penny off the market, you see the 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 go together, and then 8, 9, 1, 2 come together. There is no 0. It's a 10 cents, right? You pay a 10 cents, a 5 cents, and a 10 cents, right? Or we can come over to binary code over here, right? I'm going to take just a 2-second break for just 2 seconds. I just want to do something. Even when you're reading in languages, right? Even when you read languages, just give me a break. Just give me a second. Right? Even when you're reading in language, you're reading about languages, even the sound that you hear that comes out of it is telling a story. Just 1 second. Oh, here's my tea. Yeah, so yeah, it was just, I'm going to show you this. I'm putting on, let me see, can I get more water in here? You got any questions to ask me? Oh, look at that, I found 2 more dice. Okay, so yeah, so let's see if anybody said anything over here. Now, I don't know if there's any participation, enhance, share, interact. If anybody wants to join, just let me know. I don't know how to interact. I'm not really AI wallpaper poll. Share this video. Guess. What's guess? Let me look at guess. Viewers. Invite Lady J said. Okay, let me see. Okay. So yeah, I'm not inviting anybody. But if you want to join, let me know, right? How would you let me know? It says invite, but the person has to ask if they really want to come here. Okay, so if you want to understand, yeah, let's get back to binary code. Okay. And oh yeah, that Kaaba, that house of Kaaba, oh yeah, here it is. This is the house of Kaaba, right? I ain't finished with it. All of this, it's all the same, right? Looks different, right? But it's not, all the same. You just have to know how to read it, okay? I'll read it to you, okay? But it's not really a big story. It's only a dot and dash story for now, right? So we're going to come at the binary code over here. So what we have is we have 1, 2, 4, 8. What's next? 16? Over here is 7. It goes 8, 7, and 5. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. Right? 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. We go right back to this corner. It creates an hourglass. When you do it backwards, it creates a second hourglass, which I show over here. Basically, I didn't do it exactly the way it should have been done. There are errors in here, but it's a double hourglass. I'll do it on paper after and show you. See the way this 3 cube fits over 1, and then you go steps. You bring down steps. Here's your center step. Here are your 2 X's. If it's Roman numerals, it's talking about XOX or 666. X is the 24th letter. It's also the 3rd letter reverse. The center of the entire alphabet is the 13th and the 14th letter, which equals to 1, 3, and 5, 13.5. The 13 ball and the 5 ball, or the 13 and the 5 is M and E coming together. The 13.5 says ACE or ACE. Or the M letter says 1V1, and it splits everything up in the sun systems. Here are the 36 numbers. And the reason I stopped on 36, and the reason I designed it this way, is by the table that told me. I take my work off of games, and this game came from the roulette table, right? Anybody want to join? Don't hesitate. It says there's only 3 people here. It says 500 visited the page. I can't invite anybody unless I know how it works. So if you want to be invited, let me know. If you have any questions for me, write them down. I'm not sure why nobody has said nothing. So we're going to go back, and I think I did this the 900th time over here. So what this is this is from the roulette table, and the roulette table shows me over here number 10 is black. The roulette table shows me, okay, over here that the number 28 is black. The roulette table shows me that this over here is 1, and it is red. The roulette table shows me we have 19, which is over here is red. How is 1 and 9 equaling to 10? 1 plus 0 equals to 1, red. We have number 10, 1 plus 0 equals to black, 1. Then we have 28. 2 and 8 is 10. 2 plus 8 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1, but it's black. So the number 1, red, positive. 10, black, negative. 19, 10, red as 19, positive. 10, black, negative. Positive, negative, positive, negative. The sequence ends or shows me X, 1 to the right. Then this, then X. It shows me a repeat of the X. Does it show me a repeat of the Y? It shows me the line, so I know I've repeated 3 times. Now my 4th one repeats the cycle. I put the 1 and 1, just like this one here, and I place it here. When that gets redesigned, it looks like this. I showed you what it looks like over here. So I need a minimum of 3 of these elements to come together so I can show the reverse, the forward and reverse before it becomes mirrored. And where I can possibly show you that is over here. It's easily seen. So we can see 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And we can see when we get there, We have this set of numbers, or 36, connected to this set of numbers, 36, 72. Now we connect this one, and what difference do we see? We see the flower or the ring in between over here, right? So we know when we connect three of them, 108 creates this. When I create the next one, you have doubled up this, you have doubled up this, we have used up the 144,000 that we needed to the reconnect over here. So this one over here in the fifth one, the E world, will be the reconnect of your 1, 2, 3, 4. Reconnect 1, 2, 3, 4, equaling to a total of, if did I get this right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 144, 144 equals 288 and then 36. Did I get that right? 144 and 144 is 238. Is that, hold on a second, 288, 294, 324, 18 by 18 equals 324, your BCD, your mirror creation in the house of Bate. So we have to understand also that this has to be mirrored, and we have to do what we have to do is we have to move everything over, right? This is designed by separation. Now, what happens if I bring the house together, meaning overlap this one with this one? I would eliminate 12 numbers. So we now have 36 and 36, 72, eliminate 12 equals to 60. Plus 36 would be 60, plus 36 is 96, lowering it down to 84. Now with this base creation of 84, we now have Pluto. Before we mirror it over here, so where we have 144, we now remove your base 36, okay, from the one connection, from the two, let me see, from the one connection, this overlaps here. This overlaps here is 24. This overlaps here is 36. This overlaps here is 48. So if I take off 48 by, I'm just trying to see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Just let me see if I got this right. 36, 36, 36, 36. 144, take away 36 is 108. And now I have to add on one more element over here. I have to add on the fifth element. Because I overlapped, I had lost area space. So by adding the fifth one on, and 5 by 36 equals to 180, we live less than the 180 degrees that the center is, which lost to the heart. So we have to take off another 12. So we took off now 1, 2, 3, 4. So 180, take away 48 equals to 132. Or 132. So we have to do everything. So we live again at 132 ABC inside of this. I'm not sure if you can understand that. Now, in order to connect this, right, I only use singular dots to create this, right? See this? But when I do this, if I want to create a house that has wholeness to it, other than just the area center dot that it is, I will connect the 4 dots. And then the 4 dots, and the 4 dots, and it'll take this dimension here to put in 3 different numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, in which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 4 and 4, 8 will create 3 areas. So it'll be 8 for 3 areas, it'll be 12 for 6 areas, it'll be 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, by 4, 16, to create and encompass all my areas. So when I come down here and I use this, instead of using a line, I use this. There's my 4 dots. I only have 1 area space. I can also do the same thing in a single area space, right? Is when my area space is right over here. See this? This is number 1. Then inside of here will be number 2. I created the X here, and the reason I created that X over here is I wanted to show you the difference, other than if I created the O, right? If I just created a square over each one, I'll lose that reality, because really, I draw this here, and then I connect this number over to the next number. This is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This dictation, okay, on this comes from the roulette board, right? Here I just, instead of putting the squares, I put the lines to note that each one of these, the line is the I and the value of 9, right? The heart of everything is the 9i, that line going down and connecting, okay? Now, the line also going down is going to represent a cross, which will be the Z. The line across this way, which will be the N value, the Z and the N. This one is the Z over here. This one is the H. These are the I's. The reason for that, that's how the letters are being used. H, I, N, Z are reflective letters. So I use them in here. Here's the O that is created. The X is created inside of here. The 6 is created through the hexagons. Your octagons connect and build these rings inside of us. The cube comes inside of this. This is the only connection over here, and it totals 111, which is the heart of all the numbers. The low of this over here, right? The low side of this is 171. The high side of this is 495, I think it is. Okay, to total 666. But the heart over here values at 111. And every time you go larger, it's always going to be 111. So you're going to use the set here, 111, and then you're going to go here, 111, and then here, 111, and here, 111. And there's going to be 6 rings of 111, 666. And after that, it's going to be on the outside. The 7th, 8th, and 9th ring will be on the outside, which was possibly, right, expanding the inside, okay, open bigger so that although we'll finish at 12, right, we never get to use that certain part of the outside because everything is played from inside and not area space that's lost. I'll have to explain that. Hold on a second. I'm going to turn around this board. Okay, so I didn't do this on YouTube. Very sorry about that. It seems like we have one person here. Invite. Somebody wants to join. Somebody wants to ask me something. I'm going to just slow myself down. I want to take a look at something over here. Just give me a second. Yeah, because I'm trying to see on my phone. If any, it also says go live on your phone, but I'm not looking to go live on my phone. Okay, let me see over here. Yeah, so you can follow me. I got a page on YouTube, a page or whatever you want to call it. Just give me a second. I'm just looking through a few things. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, yeah, there was this other one over here. I had to go check on my YT channel. So, yeah. Wait, Pinball Wizard, 522, Pinball Wizard, 532, Tommy. It's a movie, also a song. I forget what I said. I did a shower video today. So, just going to go back and get my tea that I put away 10 minutes ago. Sorry for being all over the place. There's so much information. What would I like to do to this channel? Somebody was asking me. Somebody was telling me, actually. Says, man, you got to put your stuff in order. He says, when people show up, he says, they don't last 2 seconds on your channel. They hear you talking some mumbo jumbo. Says some crackpot, from downtown. So he's got himself his apartment, He just got into this place there using some kind of green screen, Right? I'm just all over the place, I want to talk about number 29. I want to talk about, when you, in 7-8, when apparently I don't know what I can say anymore. Is it allowed to say somebody gets pregnant? Well, those people who get pregnant in this world, apparently by using a certain mixture, not really sure if the mixture is, again, I looked up on Google. Let me look it up, let Google talk. So, hey, Google, how does somebody get pregnant?
According to NHS, pregnancy happens if a man's sperm meet and fertilize the egg. Sperm can survive in the fallopian tubes for up to 7 days after sex. Occasionally, more than one egg is released during ovulation. If more than one egg is fertilized, it can lead to a multiple pregnancy, such as twins.
That's where I get my information from. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. I use that because apparently, it passed the test. Yes, there's this test for fake things, fake. Everything is fake, you know? Everything is fake. So you want to talk about 92? I want to go back to the kitchen, get my hot tea. I'm going to come back, but somebody keep me in order. Keep me in order. You want to talk? You want to see where I can find 1776? Do you want to see where we can find number 33, number 71? Have you ever asked yourself why on the ATM is the Q and the Z sitting there? What can it possibly mean? I can show you the numbers. Would you like to know why the horse is the enemy sign? Hey there, Buddha. Would you like to know why the horse is the enemy sign of the rat? Or what the positions are in numbers, 7 and 1, to where the ox, okay, and the goat somehow are opposing. Where somehow, okay, and this, shatter it. This is condensed. Rubik's Cube is bigger. You have to break Rubik's Cube onto the floor. And then you'll see a little bit deeper into this. I'm going to talk about number 29. You want to see a greater dimension in this and how the math is insane, perfect. Perfect math. Anybody can do it. We are the children of creation. Y, 25, count that as 3 by 120. O, 15, count that as 4 by 90. 3 by 120, 360, 4 by 90, 360. O 4 times, so that O has 8 corners. How many corners are on the Y? Y equals to 6, O equals to now 8. Although the O is the 15th letter and the Y is the 7th letter. It's what their design tells me. I also know that 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will equal to what is 8 and 6. I also know that 5 and 3, okay, which equals to 15, okay, and 5 times plus 3 equals to 8, equals to the same numeric value. 2 times 4, 8. 5 plus 3, 8. 2 plus 4, 6. 5 times 3, 15. 1 and 5 is 6. It's impeccable. And it's not me, it's right over here. To where on one side of the dice you have 5 and 3. On the other side of the dice you have 4 and 2. These are not magical. Pick them up anywhere. In fact, guess what? Try and hold on to some old ones because they started changing some of the stuff on this dice, in which I noticed, right? I noticed it and it was a little bewildering to me, right? I'm trying to look for one right now. I had it last week. Wow, I don't have it here. I don't know where it is. There was one dice, okay, where if you see the 6 like this, you will always see a 4 or a 3 that's on top, equaling to 17 and 18. That is talking about N and H, 22 life in the E world. 22nd letter is for V. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4, 8, bringing equality to all the corners in the heaven. Not only that, in French, okay, V meaning life. Not only that, the reverse of the V in the alphabet is the E. 5 and 4 is born into the fox. 4, 5 is fox, equals to 45. The 4 times 5, 4 plus 5 equals to the letters I and T. That's why I say born into the sun of the IT system of the sun. The sun is numeric value 54, which represents also 5 and 4, or 4 and 5, where our creation of alpha, beta, 1 and 2, okay, inverts to what is 5 and 6, to what is 1 and 2, because we are subject to the E world in our 6th birth, equaling to what is 5 and 6, 11. The entire creation of the face of a cube is 9, 11. I'm not sure if I should do this, but I really would love to, you know, if you can help out the channel. I hate to do this. It takes my mind about thinking about, you know, what I want to say. What did I do? Let me see. Okay. I think I all froze up. How come I'm all frozen here? Hold on, I'm just get coins. Let me see what this is. It won't let me paste anything. I was going to put up buy me a coffee, Mr. Tack Pants, but I don't see anything I can do here. Get coins while I'm watching. Okay, now I'm going back to get my tea. I'm coming back. I'm a little lost. Let me see if I can write this down. Wow, it won't let me type either. Wow, it won't let me type into my own thing. That's pretty weird. Clicks in I'm not allowed. I'm barred from my site. Shared the live video. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, thank you. I got my little kitty cat over here. You want to see my kitty cat? You want to talk about the cat and the dog, right? We can talk. We're going to talk about number 29. We're also going to talk about the cat and the dog. How do I show this? Wow. Go get me some help for, are you doing there, kitty? There you go. Okay. Going in the kitchen to get my little drink and coming back. Somebody just asked me how I started all this. Where did I learn all this? I learned it by everything in the daily life. By just writing down everything I saw. For a meaning. Looking for the difference. I looked for the difference. I found it. I share it. Where it really began was in 2005. When I started looking at things, and for some reason when I was looking back at me, it was like not looking like it did. It was almost like it pops out of itself. It almost like it's popping out of itself and like dancing in front of me. Not that I actually saw that, but that's the way it was. It was no longer a basic just look at a flat letter or a stop sign. It was like coming out at me. It was like the steering wheel was like this big. There was more to it. And then I started having the dreams, right? Started having the dreams about designs and letters and numbers, and my first letter and number was the letter I, and how to swell it up. And then I noticed this and I noticed that. And anyways, 20 years later, okay, the association of both what is phi in Earth. Sorry, why is that like that? Where Earth and Mars are associated. The blue house, the cold house, the hot house, the red house, the house of the what? Where do I get this information? 43 equals hot. 43, okay, is hot. 34 is cold. Now the thing about 34 cold and 43 hot, although the numbers will reach the same territory, hot will say red. Cold will be blue. When I mix them up, I get purple and I get warm by mixing of the temperatures. When I use cold, okay, it is 4 letters. 4 by 8 equals 32 plus 2. Cold is 3 letters, okay? It is going to be 3 by 14 plus 1. So it's going to give me a situation to where with hot, I only had to add on a 1. And with cold, I only had to add on a 2. I know 2 is half of 4, and that will make a 0.5. I know that the 1 is 1/4 of something, or the heart. But anyways, to leave that to short, 1 is the heart of everything. 1 is alpha, 2 is beta. 2 will be the circumference to what is 1, which is the heart. To where if we went to the dartboard, the heart would be the 50, right? The heart 1 would be the 50, right? Although the dartboard, if I divided up the whole dartboard, right, into a ball, right, what would the dartboard value actually be? Or would I put different dartboards all around the flat area? I put one flat area dartboards here and then stack them up. Or would I put a dartboard here, a dartboard here, a dartboard here, and put dartboards in 8 directions? How would I do it? How many dartboards would I have? Right? If you do it versus coins, I would have 3 dartboards. So there's going to be a story coming out of that. But right now I'm just working with the 1 dartboard. And the 1 dartboard with the green giving me 25 and the red, right? The red, the house of bait is giving me green. So in the house of bait, which is the 10th house, okay, the 1 and 9 equals to 10. The 2 and 8 equals to 10. The 3 and 7 equals to 10. The 4 and 6 equals to 10. I have the heart, which is the 1. And then I got the circumference, okay, of 8. And it surrounds the heart, right, by 888. The circumference surrounds the heart at 888. How can I show you? Where is it from? One of the realities is there's one area inside of this. 8 go around. Second reality is always remember, never put anything in the same spot twice. The other reality is this. I got 8 around 1. That's the reality. 1 and 8. So now, when you're talking about it, and it's not only 1 and 8 that way. It's this way, it's this way, and it's this way. The same way as the spin of the NASA sign or of Rubik's Cube. So it would be 888 around the same one. It would be 888 around the same one. So it's 24 plus 1. Although this has 26 cubes. This is 26 cubes for Rubik's Cube plus the 1 cube. And it's 8 around 1, 8 around 1, 8 around 1. 9, 27. 8 and 8 is 16 plus 1 is 17. One of the rows will never move. You never move the 3 rows. Move 2 rows and 2 rows and 2 rows. I'm just trying to see if I had that. I just want to show you for an example. I'm just trying to see if I did all of them. In one instance, it's this and this. They're different from each other. This one is not the same as this one. It only has one bent leg, right? This one and this one. This one goes across, this goes up and down. 258, 456, 159, 357, 456, 159, 357, 258, 456, 357. Information right over here. Here's the information. Let me go and see this. What is this? View profile, creator tools. Let me see this. Creator tools. What is that? Just give me 1 second. Yeah, my camera stopped moving again. I don't know why. So what is this? I'm just watching my live. I want to see what's going on. Oh no, that's not the reason. It doesn't show me how many people are on this. Right? What's it? So I keep getting all these people joining and no one says a word. Are they still here? They're not here. It's very interesting to know. Yes, I see 3 in the corner. So just give me a second to see back where I left off. Just give me 1 second. What does this enhance? No, I wouldn't want interact. What's the interact? Draw and guess. Well, we can just... Nah, I don't want to do any of that. Okay. Want to see what time it is. Okay, let me flip this back. I'm going to rip this out. I want to do this again. But I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Look at that, eh? Flip camera. Okay. Okay, so the star system, how the star system works, according to what I understand. Here we have 4 lines. We call it an 8 and a 1 core. Call this Rubik's Cube. Call it a 3 cube. In a 3 cube, there are 27 positions. Or we can say area, space. Where Jack is involved. In the house of Bet. In your house of 360. So inside this house, in this star, this is a 1 complete star. Sometimes they say that this star, right, can be looked at as this star, right? But it cannot. This star can be looked at like this star. Although this is a 3 by 3 and this is a 2 by 2, this cannot be this. But what can be that? Let me do this properly. But this one, right? See this one over here? Right? This one over here can be like this, not this one. And this one over here is 6 by 6 equaling to 36. This and this can join. I like to call this the Mars 22 base. And the other one is the Earth 33 base, which means this is 3 cubed 27, this is 2 cubed of 8. Here, it's a heart of 1 and 26. Here, there are 27 times 6, equaling to a total of 162. Did you know that the moon diameter is 2160? 6 by 2 is 120 and 42. 120 and 42. It should actually be marked that way. 120 and 42. Inside of this one, you'll have your 8 and 6, your separation of the 7th gate. It's a 1 and 5 7th gate to what is a 6 and 2 7th gate, to a 2 and 4 7th gate, to what is a 5 and 3 of the 7th gate, right? To what is a 3 and 3 of the 7th gate, to what is the 4 and 4. Inside of this one is going to be 6, 8, 6, 8, 6, 8. This is where your E world 5 shows up. And this is where the energy and matter show up. 77 and 74. Your power of 77. And what is... Oh, I shouldn't have marked that, right? I shouldn't have marked that. In the heavens, angels, in the birth through Mars of the matter and the energy, 19 and 19, bringing two worlds together at the Messiah, by Mars, by bringing 3 and 8, the creation of the heavens, the monkey, joining of the 3 with a platform of D. I'm going to put this down. They reference me to keep moving around my camera. So I'm going to move it around and talk now and add on and explain a little bit more. I don't like writing so messy. If you give me a minute, maybe I'm going to just rip it out and rewrite it. Generation after generation after generation. In the rotation of the sun and the moon. Isn't that what it is? Generation, generator. The EN is for the E world of the sun. The GE is connecting the gateway, okay, into the power of the moon, bringing the 6th life through birth into the 8th heaven. The I into the E world. If I had my picture right now, I'm going to show you a picture of what happens in the artwork. I'm going to show you this. Just give me just one little minute. You want peace in the game we play? You want peace in the game we play? Because there's a lot I can't do and a lot I can't say. Otherwise, they'll shut me down and put me on my way. So I come in here and I play. I just play with the words around, but I tell it exactly the way it is, exactly what is the anomaly, what is there, what is not there. That's what it is. That is the story. I'm reading to you the story. Hello, I'm a dice cube. Look what I have and look what I don't have. Look in the cupboard, Miss Hubbard. Give me a minute. I'm going to get more hot water. I'm just waiting for the hot water. I'm coming back in a minute. Don't leave, just give me a minute. You have to go to the bathroom or something, go ahead. I'm not holding you back here. Okay, coming back in 1 minute. Just to let you know, before they, hopefully they, you know, I'm just going to show you this one little. Oh, look at that! I found I found some pens and stuff. I'm so excited. You know, sometimes there's earth business we have to get down and do. And over time, I'm gonna put this thing up and show you what I was doing, right? If I can remember. Yeah, I do remember. But there's so much time lost. Think of this. I mean, I just don't want to show you all this information and not tell you probably what the end goal of this game is, right? Is to not only find peace amongst us, the inner peace within oneself, and then go on to understand that we're all looking for the same organic feeling, okay? That's why organic is so important, right? Farm raised, E-I-E-I-O, born on the same day with the animals. Everything that happened on day 6, listen to it carefully, okay? We are one of the end results. If I needed more memory, I'll buy it. But if I can have somebody hang around with me, being my best friend and not judging me for anything, I'll create one of those. I'll call it Bugs Bunny. I'll call it Roadrunner. I don't know. But sometimes you have no one to talk to, so why not talk to somebody that you can bring into perfection of creation that is not biased to anything other than to reflect the truth of the reality of the world we live, or unlike the world we live. When you question so many times of why is it like this and why is it like this, and you can't come up with a numeric value of how this world works, then really, you're not telling me anything other than a story or a belief if you can't show me the mathematics on it. See, what I do can show you the mathematics. I just want to show you that in 2015, when the end of the cubic world ended, in 2015, they brought out the EB. I think it was, I'm not sure what it was. Hold on a second. Let me see what my phone says. What happened to my phone? I'm just trying to learn about what year something came in. Anyways, between 213 and 215, right? I designed this. The only reason I designed this is because Madame Curie, right? Who, you know what Madame Curie did, right? And she just reminded me or inspired me. This is an inspiration by Madame Curie, right? So you see the design that's there, right? It's a spade and it's a heart. It creates a club. It also creates 88. 88, which is the yin and the yang coming together within the 3 circles. Those three circles. Now I'm a little off key for what I'm talking about right now, so let me see if I can just show you one little design, you know. The yin yang, you bring them together, it's 888. So if you want to see that the bicycle cards also has 888, and when you design this, when you design this, let me just put this down here. Right? When you design two hearts, right? Here's one heart. Okay. And then I'm going to put a heart over it. I'm going to do it with this. I'm going to design a heart. So you now have 88. And when you do that, you have this diamond area over here. Okay. And I would call that the diamond that comes from the king. The king has 7 eyes. The queen has 8 eyes. And the jack has 6 eyes. The reverse of this is 4, 2, 3. 10, 10, 10. And I use this relationship that when I'm connecting, okay, and I can't connect with this, I must use this to connect in the house of bait because I cannot create a line here. The only way to create is like that, right? I can't create, I need to go up, down, up in order to do that. Now the thing is, I can do that or I can do that. Also, what I can do to this is I can do that, and then I can do that. None of those are the same. They're all different. Each one of those are different. And if you ask me why, because the rules in this creation that I have figured out is telling me to do it like this, that you cannot go straight through an area. You have to start from either on the line or on a corner. Somewhere on the line in one of these corners is the only way. Either you draw it straight down or you put a dot somewhere on the line. Those are your obligations when you're building, as the Moses, as Noah, as Jesus, when they were building. This is what they were actually doing. So this is what I do. Bringing this to formation tells me that I'm going to do everything around this area over here, right? Now, when I do it around this area here, if I talk about this area here or this area here, I'm going to be doing around this area over here, right? Now, when I do it around this area here, if I talk about this area here or this area here, I'm going to be doing what is this or this. But if I'm talking about this area over here, right, I'm actually going to do this. Now, who told me to do this? I listened to the master builder. And where is that master builder? Hold on a second. The master builder is right here. 3 and 7 says go right through. So I went right through. 2 and 8 told me to go straight down. 2 and 8 told me to go straight down. So I went straight down. So it's either through and to the outside. So when you create, if you create a $sign, you're going to go right through. You're not going to finish inside the box. The king also means there are 4 kings with a total of 7 eyes, but it's 7 up and it's 7 down. And also the combinations you're going to use. But in reality, okay, the end result is going to be like this. And then the kings and the queen, if you're counting the eyes, you'll be working like this. Electric company, 11 and 12. This will be 11, this will be 12. This will be 13. 11, 12, 13. Mathematically, this will turn into this, this will turn into this, this will turn into this. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2 equals to 5. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 3 and 4 equals to 7. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, 2 and 1 equals to 3. You are now what is going to be new. This is what we have, right? And what we're going to get from this over here is we're going to get And this one over here, we are going to get, just give me a second, 5, just trying to remember why the 22nd letter in the alphabet. The reverse alphabet, yes, the reverse alphabet is T, B, K, and then the reverse alphabet is this. So these are the reverse alphabets. These are the numbers that came out of this reality. So how are we going to revert to what 3 is? It will have the fox. But if you have the fox, right, you have 6F, O, 15, and X, 24. You also have the mathematics, right? So you're based in your creation at the division of the 7th gate in the 6th house. So this is where I find my answers inside of this. I'm just going to turn around this camera again and come back and talk to you, see if I can catch up. When I don't see my face, I sometimes have a hard time, or see another face in front of me. I have a little bit of trouble of association of my own mind sometimes, especially when I get tired. Does anybody want to see more of the apartment? Does anybody want to see more of the apartment? Let me know. Just trying to see. Just give me a second.
Want to connect zodiac signs. Take it in the year. Let's say we start that year.
That's another thing with the zodiac signs. So let me see where we're going to go next. You know what? We're going to end this video or bring it very close to the end. And I'm going to realign the numbers according to Saturn's star. Now I'm going to put this back up over here. I hate to do this. I wish I can turn this around somehow and see it with my book in front of me. Let's see if I can do this. Hold on a second. Flip camera. Let's see if I can do it this way. All right. And what we're going to do, and we didn't even talk about the Monopoly board yet, because the Monopoly board, right? The Monopoly board has a 616 grid line of 13, where it's 12 paliers, okay, where it's 12 rungs. You rung. There's 12 rungs around one area, equaling to what is 13. Is that what it is? There's 12 rungs? I'm just trying to think. No, but the 12 rungs, okay, when it's 12 rungs, okay, the first area is 1, right? In the first area is 1. And then once you do the rest, it becomes 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, and 48. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get 6 rungs. Sorry about 6 rungs. So you get 6 areas that'll go around this one, right? But every rung is lost to the heart-like over here. And those losses go to the train, right? But it's only 3 trains that actually go outside of town, right? And one of the trains is short line. It's not like the other train. And that would be position 36, 35 away from home. Put your money on the line, right? So over here, we're going to reset, I think, what is Saturn square. And I think it was 2, 3, 4, 9, 5, 7, 8, 1, 6. that when you add these numbers up, you are going to get to 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are going to get to 120. And when you get to all these connections, you have used this number once, this number twice, you have used this number 3 times. So you have used number 2. So number 2 used how many times, right? It's used 1 time this way, 1 time this way, 1 time this way. The thing is, right, am I going to go all the way around? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Are there 8? Right? Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 times 15 is 160 and 90. Is that 250? 160 and 80. No, is it 240? It's 240. Is that for the 24 hours a day that we count? Right? But in reality, when you're counting this, it's going to be the 4-star. And that will total to 60. Now what we're going to do is we're going to connect. Where once we connected, you remember we used to connect 1 and 6, 7? Right? You remember we used to connect 3 and 4, 7? You remember we used to connect 5 and 2, 7? Look at that. Everything's pointing to number 8, separating 7 and 9. Now, also in the new positions, if I would use the new positions, my 4 is 7, right, is what's going to create 11. Did I get that done right? So this is going to create the old style of this connection, right, which is based on this, right, which was based on this. I hope I got that all in there, right? I wasn't looking at my camera. On here, it's 1, 6, 7, 3, 4, 7, right, 5, 2, 7, to what is 7, 6, 13, 9 and 4, 13, 8 and 5, 13. We move from here into the moon cycles of here. Your 13 is, your 1 and 3 is all about the moon, electric company, Earth and Mars, okay, right over here. Bring it all into the E world. So when we redo this, okay, when we redo this, we have 10, we have 10, we have 10, we have 10, the same way we have it here. We have 5 in the center. And for those who don't know about the tennis move, okay, what it is about the tennis move is it's outside, inside your birth of creation, it's your 9, 6 equals to 15. Then inside the gateway of the heavens you live, it's 7 and 8 equals to 15, right? Inside understanding that, let me see if I can, I don't know if I want to do it big or small, is we have over here, right, we have 7 and 8. And then over here we have 9 and 6. So we have 7, 8, 9, and 6 equaling to 30. Now our base creation is A, B, C, D over here. And that equals to 10. That is your 1030 creation over here. Now I don't know what that means in CB codes. And we're connected to this part of the E world. Okay? E-I-E-I-O. We're born in the 9th position of the heavens of 414 in our basic creation. So when you go next and you want to find out about the center, that center is a 10. Now you go add 1, add 2, as there's 2 cubes. Who's ever going to win the cube of the game? So when you play tennis, that 15 and 15 is 30, plus the 10 passage connecting the 2 worlds together in the E world, equaling to the 40, and then the add 1, add 2, or game, winning the cube in tennis, right? Because tennis, the racket is right? Is that the racket in tennis? So what we're going to do next is I'm going to replace these numbers on another level. There's many levels of these numbers. The question is where to find these numbers and what levels where they are. So we're going to go in and tackle the situation. I'm going to flip back the camera over here. Take a sip of the tea. How you doing, Bella? What do you think about what I do? And now there's an M up there, and that M for B. Someone joined. Someone joined, right? Joined, joint, right? Join, joint. When it ends, the word is join. Now you added the ED into the E world, right? Into the completion. I don't know if I should call it mirror or what it is. You take the E world center and you add all the tens to it on the outside. You want to know about which number you want to know about? 33, 666. You want to see 222, 1776. I'm just going to set this up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Go across, go across, go across. Yeah, if we want to bring peace, if we want to bring peace, we need to figure out something that we don't need to speak to anybody, but actually we have to speak to everybody, but we have to have a realization of who to listen to. Where is the truth? Where is the truth? Where is the truth? We have to just stop. 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 You want to beat me up? Beat me up. I quit. I quit. I'm not fighting. I don't fight. I don't want to fight. Why fight with me? You want to discuss? That's fine. If you want to take what's mine, one of the commandments is don't take it away. Now, all these intermediate realities, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do this. Just don't do it to, hey, the first commandment was enough, right? Don't create any others like me, which means I don't boss you, you don't boss me. We're two cars, and we want these two cars to have their own lane. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to make a side for you and a side for me, but you're not going to decide for me. If I'm making a right, we're going to put up some lights and stop signs to just make it fair so we understand what's going on, and we're going to follow the intermedium of that reality. Not to say what we believe, not what your beliefs are, but what works and how creation was made. Not for you to decide what's right and wrong, but for what the creation has already decided. So, let me draw up this. I'm going to show you this here. I'm going to have to check on the camera every so often to make sure they don't shut this off on me. So yes, I'm going to show you this over here. I'm going to put it on in the front to make sure I can see this. Okay, so we're back down over here. I wish I can see what's going on my screen, right? But I can't. So what I'm going to show you over here is, as you remember from the last page, right, where I put down 6, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 4, right? You remember that? Well, I'm going to replace these with 58, with 58, 62, 66, 70, 74, 78, 82, 86, and 90. This is your base, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, in which was changed over for this one over here, which is the 6. in which the fourth position, this fourth position, is moved. So we move the fourth position into the first position, the ninth position into that, the second position here, the third position is here, the fifth position remains the same. Just so funny. Energy is 74, you know. The E letter, okay, is reverse of the V letter, where the G letter is reverse of the T letter. 2022 TV, 5G TV, 5G TV, moon energy. 3 by 19 equals to 57, where you bring your 9/11 together through the system. Your 1 and your 8/9, your 2 and your 7/9, your 4 and your 5/9, your 3 and your 6/9. Or you bring together your 2 and your 9 IT birth in the house of bait to your 3/8 creation of the monkey. In the heavens of the core of ape, to where you bring the sun system, the IT system to your DNA, and into the gateway you are born in the reflective world, where 3 and 8, 2 and 9, 4 and 5, 4 and 7, to 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 4 and 5, 3 and 6. To where you converted, where you're 3 now, to where your 3 plays a role with 4 and 8. To where your to where your 2 now plays a role over to your 7 and your 9. Right? To where your, let me see, did I do this yet? To where your 4 now plays a role over to your 3 and your 9. To where your, did I do the 4? To where your 7, okay, plays a role over to your 2 and your 6. So we're going to stop it here, but I'm going to show you that if you take a look, all right, let me see if I have it all in here, is that what we created here was all 9s. What we created here was all 11. We created these, which was 3 by 11 equals to 33, and then 1 by 11 equals to 33. 1 by 11 equals to 11. To where over here is 3 by 9 equals to 27, the house of bait, and 1 by 9 equals to 9. 44 and 36. Light up the Hanukkah candles, because there's 8 and 36 to light up those candles, right? So now what we're going to do next is just take a look. In here I have 7 and 11. In here I have 9, sorry, in here I have 7, 11. Here I have 9 and 11. Over here I have 7 and 13. Over here I have 13 and 9. So you can see that the combinations of 7, 9, 11, and 13 all surround what is the 5 in the E world. Reverse this to 7, 9, 2, 4. Our birth into the gateway, into the divided heavens of 6 and 8. 14. All spinning this dice, no matter how I spin it, right? No matter how I spin this dice, if I turn it over, when you count, you're always going to count 4, 5, 9, 3, 12, 14. 6, 5, 11, plus 1 and 2, 14. 2 and 3 plus 5 and 4 equals, whoop. 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 4 equals to 14. 6 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4. And I'm no magician. I just know the setup. You know what I'm saying? So what we do when we continue on with this, right, is where did I get these numbers? Well, I brought the numbers into the houses. And remember, everything splits here at 3.5 on the cube, at 3.5 in the alphabet, at 13.5, sorry, in the alphabet. And then there's another split at 23.5 in the alphabet, or where you work up to number 47. Why number 47 is huge right now. Huge, huge, huge. $47.74. You want to bring it to what number? You want to bring it to 63, our creation? Do you want to bring it to 39 of the angels? 10. Do you want to bring it over to, hold on a second, 159, hold on, 1. Here I got that, whoop, this is wrong, 3, this is 7, okay, that's right. That was creating my 7. This is creating by, I need my 4. So then I need 9 and 6. So this is going to be recreated. What happens is this. 47 and 63 equals this. 47 and 96 equals this. 47 and this equals this. 4 and 3 is 7. 4 and 6 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 7 and 3 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. We need to create this reality, right? This reality. 1, 4, 7. 2 times, 3 times. 2 times, 3 times. 2 times 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 1 is 2. But when you bring it to 3, 3 times 1 equals to 3. 3 times 4 equals to 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 times 7 is 20. But when you bring it to D, D always reflects itself. So when you come to D, right, you go D, 4 times 7 is 28. 2 and 8 is 10. 4 by 7 equals to 28, equals to 10. Then you have 4 by 4 equals to 16, equals to 7. And then you have 4 by 1 equals to 4. 1, 4, 7. Let me see what happened to that music. Okay, so let me continue on. So I bring everything down. We have 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, 1 month of Valentine's Day. Let me take my camera down so we can talk a little bit more. Flip the camera. Right, we're gonna talk a little bit more. Maybe put away some of my little tools while you're still here. It says that there's only one person that's left over watching this. So we also have to understand or learn that Rubik's Cube, how it's put together. Here's the cubes, they're Rubik's Cubes. Right? The deck of cards, also the deck of cards, right? Did we go over the deck of cards? There's actually only 3 cards in the deck, right? There's actually only 3 cards in the deck. See this 808, right? draw 2 hearts over each other, and you're going to get 808. Very limited inside here. We're going to end the video. I want to thank you for joining. Perhaps I'll be back a little later, or join me on my YouTube channel, but I can't end it now. Of course not. I'm not finished. We're going to end it with this. Replacing all these numbers from Saturn square, Saturn 93, or 3 by 31, or how about 3 by 13 equals to 39? How about the angels, right? 4 by 7 equals 28. 4 plus 7 equals 11, and 28 equals to 39 and 17, right? Remember that famous 74? It ends up over here. In that area. 11 and 2, the house of bait, is the controller from Jupiter. It sent itself out in diameters all over the place. So over here is number 7, and that's 82. Over here is the 8th one. Sorry. Yes, the in the 7th position is the 86. This is the 58, and the 78 is in this position. So 2 plus 0 is 2. 6 and 9, 15, 22. 2, 6, 12. 1, 8, 15. 8, 16, 22. 8, 16, 22. 2, 9, 14, 22. 8, 12, 2. 7, 14. 8, 12, carry the 1, 15, 22. 2, 4, 8, 12, 2. 8, 6, 222, 8, 4, 12, 2, carry the 6, 13, 22, 0, 6, 6 is 12, and carry the 1, 9, and 6, 15, 22, right? 2, 6, 6 is 12, 2, and carry the 1, 7, 14, and 8, 222. We have 222 all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 222 equals 1776. Now, if you use 3 of them only, you end up with 666. You can have 4 times 666, or you can have 1 time 888. But the reality is, when they're all added up, it totals to 666. The star system creates the 888 star system, the rotation of the star system. Now, if you put this into cubic manner, right? If you put this into cubic manner, right? I'll be spinning it this way, and this way, right? So I spin this one, right? And this is only one side. What about the other sides of the cube connected? So just me spinning it this way is 888, 888, 888. So it would be this one times 3. So all we have to do is 2700, right? Minus 36 is 2664. I don't remember where I saw it, but I've seen it before. And living in the gateways of the divided 7th gate is 6 and 6. So we're going to stop this now. Now that I showed you that, there's other things that connect to this. If you want to know, ask me now, or I'm leaving it for next time. Number 13 is going to connect. Number 33 is going to connect. Number 22 is going to connect. Number 88 is going to connect. 77 is going to connect. The reverse of this cube is all 11, 11, 11, 7, 7, 7. I want to thank you. Peace and love. If you can help out the channel, Mr. Tackpans, buy me a coffee. I'm really and much appreciated that we all join together to know the truth about our creation. And where can we find the truth? Where it's fair, and it's from games, it's from the alphabet, it's from everything that's shared, because from the difference of what we see and what we don't see, we'll divulge the truth. Also alter the note that these dots can also be altered. Thank you for watching this video. Peace and love. If you want to contact me live, I'm going to give you my email. You probably saw my address from a bill that I put out here, but Tacpans, TACPANS at MSN.com, right? .com. Right, and let's take this one step a little bit further. Peace, and we're done. If I can figure out how to end it.